Welcome to Home with Justin. Welcome to a garden that reads like a well-loved book. Picture us stepping close to a stone cottage, the path soft beneath our feet, beds of peonies and low-mounding perennials framing the house. Together we will read this landscape, uncover the design logic behind its charm, and walk through a practical, hands-on plan so you can create a similar cottage-edge garden that fits your life. This narrative will guide us from first look to honest upkeep, with clear steps and gentle encouragement for every stage. Start by seeing the garden as a composition of anchor, frame, and detail. The cottage anchors the scene and defines the focal plane. A narrow bed along the foundation provides a frame that connects building to landscape, while the lawn opens as breathing room. Layers matter. Low, mounding bloomers at the front, a mid-layer of perennials for color and movement, taller structural plants or spiky foliage toward the rear to hold the house visually. This layered approach creates interest at every eye level and makes the planting look established rather than new. When planning your own space, imagine these bands and how they will read from the door, the path, and nearby windows. Next, do a simple site survey. Walk the area across the day and note where the morning sun and afternoon shade fall, where wind funnels through, and where water tends to linger. The bed beside this cottage benefits from morning light and afternoon shelter, making it ideal for plants that enjoy protection from strong midday sun. Draw a quick sketch marking sunny and shady zones and any wet pockets. This small map will guide plant choices and placement, and prevent the common frustration of a mismatched plant in the wrong microclimate. Soil is the unseen foundation. Treat it kindly. Dig a few test holes and feel the texture. Is it dense clay or light and sandy? Add compost gradually as a seasonal practice rather than attempting a single overhaul. Compost improves structure, boosts fertility, helps clay drain better, and increases water holding in sandy soils. Top dress beds with compost in spring and autumn, and work it into new planting areas. Over time, steady additions of organic matter build resilient soil that supports healthier plants with fewer interventions. Choose a planting palette that balances repetition with small surprises. Pick 2 or 3 dominant color families to repeat across the bed so the eye can move comfortably. In this scene, soft pinks and creamy whites are repeated to tie the bed together, while bright mid-layer accents add points of interest. Combine long-lived perennials with seasonal bulbs for early season lift and short season annuals for flexible color. Include evergreen or semi-evergreen shrubs to provide winter structure and year-round form. Repeating key species in small clusters, 3 or 5 plants, creates a natural rhythm that reads well from a distance and up close. Shape beds with simple, gentle lines. Curves feel organic and reduce the mechanical look of straight-edged beds while making mowing and maintenance easier. Define edges with small stone walls, timber, or a shallow trench so soil, mulch, and plants keep tidy. The strip beside a cottage benefits from a clear edge to avoid grass creeping into the planting and to highlight the floral composition. Keep paths functional and wide enough for comfortable walking and for moving a wheelbarrow during planting and maintenance. Plant with the mature size in mind. Space plants according to their adult dimensions, so beds don't become overcrowded. Place taller plants at the back or center of island beds and lower plants toward the edge. When planting, loosen circling roots gently, dig a hole slightly wider than the root ball. Set the plant so the crown sits level with the soil surface. Water in thoroughly to settle the roots, and firm the soil lightly without compacting it. Create a shallow saucer around the plant to hold water and reduce runoff. Adopt a watering and mulching routine that reduces long-term effort. New transplants need consistent moisture until they establish. Afterward, water deeply and less often to encourage strong root systems. Apply an organic mulch layer of 3 to 4 inches around plants to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and feed the soil as it breaks down. Mulch also visually unites the bed and accelerates a mature look while reducing the number of garden chores needed each month. Designed for pollinators and biodiversity. Choose single-form blooms where possible so bees and butterflies can access nectar and pollen easily. Plan a succession of bloomers from spring through autumn. Bulbs and early perennials, a summer display of peonies and salvias. Then late-season asters and sedums for pollinators and visual interest. Include aromatic herbs and nectar-rich plants such as lavender, catmint, and rosemary. A small shallow water dish and some microhabitats, log piles, stone crevices, or a patch of unmowed grass, support beneficial insects and birds that help control pests naturally. Keep maintenance manageable with short, regular sessions. Spend small, consistent blocks of time each week, 20 to 30 minutes, on weeding, deadheading, and a quick health check. Deadhead plants that rebloom to prolong flowering cycles, but leave select seed heads and grasses for winter structure and bird food. Divide overcrowded perennials every 2 to 4 years to renew vigor, and create plant stock for other beds. Light pruning preserves natural forms and maintains the relaxed cottage character. Compost on-site to close the loop. Collect kitchen vegetable scraps, no meat or dairy, and garden clippings in a small bin or tumbler. Layer greens and browns to balance moisture and aeration, and turn occasionally if possible. Finished compost top-dressed in spring and autumn builds fertility and improves soil structure over time, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers and saving money while feeding soil life. Add small architectural and personal touches to make the garden usable and distinct. A low stone border, a simple wooden log seat, a pair of potted annuals on the doorstep, or a reclaimed timber planter adds personality and purpose. Raised beds can improve drainage and reduce bending for planting and weeding. Keep essential tools close at hand: a trowel, hand pruners, a watering can, so short tasks are easy to do in the moment and don't grow into larger jobs. Think seasonally for continuous interest. Plant bulbs and early perennials for spring color. Enjoy showy summer perennials, and include late-season bloomers and grasses for autumn texture. Select plants for form as well as flower color so silhouettes and seed heads offer structure in winter. Evergreens or clipped shrubs provide backbone and visual continuity across seasons. Practice sustainable choices and community building. Favor native and drought-tolerant species where suitable to reduce water and chemical needs. Group plants by similar water requirements to conserve resources. Share seedlings or cuttings with neighbors to build a local network of plant swaps. Gardening together spreads knowledge and creates resilient micro-communities. Finish each session with a short walk and one small, clear task for next time. Note one success and one next step. Add compost to a bed, plant a trio of pollinator plugs, or edge the grass, so momentum continues without overwhelm. Incremental progress over weeks and seasons turns a tidy strip beside the cottage into a layered, thriving garden. Thank you for exploring this cottage edge planting with Home with Studio. If this approach inspires you, pick one action this week. Map the light beside your house, add compost to one bed, or plant a small group of pollinator-friendly seedlings. Small steps build big change. If this guide helped and more seasonal how-tos are wanted, please subscribe to Home with Studio and ring the bell so we can keep growing together.